Wow. The gameplay trailer is 4 months old and I completely missed this. This is our first look at the Hogwarts Legacy heads-up display, or HUD, for spells taken from the gameplay trailer, revealing possible spell types, spell button layouts, spell cooldowns, and more. And we're going to break it down. Yo, this is your boy James over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. Our first look at the HUD is at the 6-minute 13-second timestamp on the bottom right of the gameplay trailer, right before the priority incantatum. Shout out to AGITO, then Bubbles, Lou, and Darkstar from Reddit for discovering this, and to Sebi for tagging us on Twitter. Now, you have to up the brightness and exposure to get a clear look at this spell's HUD because it happens so fast and is happening during a transition of scenes. But when you do, it reveals a lot, starting with the possible buttons and spells. Up on the PS5 D-pad, assumingly, looks to be Lumos, based on the wand and spark icon. Left looks to be Leviosa, based on the feather icon. The feather is used to practice the spell at Hogwarts. Down is Accio. The icon depicts a hand and an arrow pointing towards it, like the Accio charm. Lastly, right on the D-pad reveals a possible cooldown period for a certain spell. That spell is believed to be whatever we use here during Priority Incantatum when two wands of the same core duel. Their spells interlock. Now, this spell, based on the color of spells used in the trailer, could be Stupefy or Expelliarmus. The right on the D-pad could also be blank. So, just based off of this first look, we've gathered that 1, some spells might require cooldowns once used, and 2, we can carry a max of 4 spells at a time. If you look at the Hogwarts Legacy combat from the trailer, the combos consist of 4 different spells being used in a certain order outside of counter spells or shield charms, verifying the HUD limit of 4 spells. The trailer even says mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style. So, a 4 spell limit makes sense in my opinion because it forces us as players to be smart and strategic with the mixing and matching of spells based on your situation in game. Lumos, for example, is a non-combative spell, but is a smart addition on the HUD because we see the character is infiltrating an enemy camp at night. Having Lumos allows him to see at night. And the combative spells, Accio, Wingardium Leviosa, allows him to take out possible dark combatants if needed. Speaking of Wingardium Leviosa, the spell might be one of many spells in game for puzzles, as we see 2 glowing pedestals here that looks to have a feather icon like the spell itself. Another possible wrinkle in strategically choosing your 4 spells. Now, something I am interested in finding out is once we've selected our possible 4 spell slots, how will the D-pad, assuming this is the D-pad, affect the casting of those specific spells? Since the PlayStation Immersion trailer for Hogwarts Legacy confirmed that the R2 trigger is used to cast spells and R1 is used to grab environmental objects. I thought this HUD could be a reaction prompt, allowing us to select a spell to use against this dark wizard. Maybe if we choose the wrong spell, we get knocked out or die, since the spell from the Dark Wizard looks to be the Killing Curse. Adding to the strategy of picking spells, because you never know who has your same wand core, which again triggers Priority Incantatum. But according to the Reddit posts, these icons and even loadout are probably placeholders, which makes sense because of the look of the icons. They don't look as polished, as finished as the game usually looks. I even saw a post by Wife Wants a Wizard kind of saying the same thing, that This is a placeholder used for QA testing during the game's beta. Going back to the HUD though, something else I noticed on it was the color of the spells. Now, this could be nothing but a placeholder as mentioned earlier, but my hope is that it's a hint at a categorical system of spells like Harry Potter lore. Those categories consisting of charms, curses, transfiguration, jinxes, hexes, counter curses, and more. A color to represent each category could also hint at how expansive the talent tree for spells really could be. Or again, maybe it's nothing more than a placeholder. For a possible placeholder though, I will say there are some similarities to the Chamber of Secrets back in the day, with the buttons having icons to represent the type of spells and being able to alternate those spells and buttons. A huge and awesome callback from the WB Avalanche team, if true. Either way, I seriously was already excited to try all of the possible spell combinations and spell presets for every situation I would come across on my Hogwarts Legacy journey. But layouts for combat, exploration, puzzles, etc. And you know what? This first look at the Hogwarts Legacy HUD for spells just made me even more excited. I can't wait to see the polished, finished version of the HUD, hopefully later this summer. But yo, that is going to be it. That is going to be it in regards to our first look at the Hogwarts Legacy HUD or heads up display for spells. What do you guys think? How you guys feel about this HUD? Its look, its feel? Do you think the spells are what we think they are? Do you think they're a placeholder? There's so much information here and I want to hear from you guys. So comment below, let me know. Let's talk some Hogwarts Legacy. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching the video and hanging out with your boy. If you enjoyed it, be sure to Lumos the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on more Hogwarts Legacy content. Also, follow us on various forms of social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. There you can hang out with us and talk all things Hogwarts Legacy and Wizarding World. Again, thanks to everyone who brought this to our attention. This community is amazing. Looking forward to finding more details in the near future. Until then, I hope you guys have a great start to your week. We'll see you in the next video. Until next time.